Hello everyone, Mario the Pie Man here with some more Star Trek Online for you. Now we're back with Drakhara. For those who came in late, we are going through the Deep Space Nine sort of side quest, we should call it. So if you've not been following, she is a Riemann. And the Deep Space Nine story is that the Dominion fleet that got displaced in Sacrifice of Angels has turned up and taken over Deep Space Nine. Now what we've had to do recently is go to a prison and free a founder so that they can tell the Dominion to basically naff off. And this is now what we are about to do. However, it does look a lot like the first for the Jem'Hadar that have come through is not keen on the idea, so let's see how we get on with that. So RRW inevitability, ready for transport. Admiral Drakhara can be aboard, and I do like it when they use my ship in a cutscene. So here I am on board a Jem'Hadar ship, and have a wee look around because they did build a bridge. No seats, that's a Dominion thing. So let's talk to now Wayne. It used to be someone else, but when you get Jeffrey Combs kicking about, you'll make as much use of him as you can.
I see that you are ready for the next stage in our little task. You've performed adequately so far.
Ray!
But the Dominion's records on you are quite extensive, and you have a bit of a reputation among those of us who pay attention to such things. Let's hope you live up to it this time.
I'll try not to disappoint you, Wayne.
Of course. I'd expect no less, especially after our recent adventures. That being said, neither of us should have much to do here today. The Founder will handle the necessary details of Karokhan's surrender. I'm afraid it may not be a good day for anyone to die.
I expect a swift resolution.
If the two of you are quite finished, the sooner this nonsense is dealt with, the sooner I can return to the Great Link and put decades of poor memories behind me. Hail the station. Inform Loris and Karokhan that I would have words with them.
At once, Founder. If you would care to do the honors.
Oh, dial your own damn phone. Okay, right, fine. Fine. Opening hailing frequencies. It's like you've bloody people to do this.
Vessel 6474, you are not part of our task group. We are not interested in anything... Founder! Please forgive my impudence. How may I serve?
You will stand down at once, Loris.
They vanished.
Prepare your Jem'Hadar for
Slight,
transit.
rendering issue.
We're all going home. Transport aboard this vessel immediately. Loris, signal your first to stand down.
Oh, she can see them.
Karokhan, this is Loris. The Founder orders you to stand down and prepare for transport.
The Founders have turned their backs upon us. We are denied their glory. The only glory for us now is death in battle. We are already dead. We may reclaim our honor at the price of our lives.
Karokhan, you must obey. You must! Ugh, he's closed the channel.
So much for a simple resolution to this mess.
We'll see. I'm hailing the fleet.
Defiant here. I hope you're not calling to explain that there's a problem.
Ah. There's a problem. Kurokhan refuses to surrender. And I'm invisible.
The fleet is nearly there, and we're going to have a lot of
invisible.
casualties if we have to fight the Jem'Hadar. You need to find a way to defuse this situation.
Why is it always me? Okay, Mr. Lemon Admiral. If we remove Kurokhan, the resistance might collapse.
There's no way to beam aboard or dock without being intercepted.
With the station security codes, it might be possible to board by spacewalking onto the hull?
I don't see any other options at this point.
Oh.
Good luck, and may the prophets watch over you.
I've reviewed your file, and I believe you are best suited to this task. Your familiarity with Deep Space Nine will be an advantage.
Oh, should I save Victoria's life next?
Clever, Predictable, but clever. Time is a factor, Solid. I will have this vessel brought as close as possible to the station while you prepare.
Hey, so I'm going to go into space. I actually really like this bit. It's got some annoying factors to it, but it's really quite neat. For starters, they did a whole outside of Deep Space Nine as a kind of walking set. I suppose it is just the same model. I don't know how this works.
Kurland here.
So you'll hear that quite often. It's become a bit of a meme in the STO community. That Kurland Here, you'll find out in this mission why. So I've got to do his lines here because they didn't voice this much of this. So he's saying, "Admiral, I'm keeping a channel linked to you in short encrypted bursts, mainly involving the words Kurland Here. Try to maintain radio silence so the Jem'Hadar don't notice you. Start by activating the safety posts used by maintenance workers and turning off the external sensors in that area. There should be a console to your right." Oh, yep. That looks like a console to my right. So what these allow me to do... There's Kurland, he's here. Good. These posts should be fully extended. You can use them to navigate the surface of the station. Head to the edge of the ring and target the post. Your suit will lock onto the magnetized hardpoint and you will use your reaction thrusters to jump to it. The maintenance post will only be activated in this area, so when you reach the end of the row you'll have to activate the next group. I don't actually think I do, but let's go. So all I have to do is literally hit this button and it saves me from clumping all the way there.
Kurland here, come in.
Good, now you target the next beacon and keep jumping until you hit the crossover. Yep. I assume somewhere in playtesting they found that clumping and the very slow walking pace in this was not something that anyone really wanted to do, so they kind of developed this quite neat.
Kurland here, come in.
There's Kurland again. You'll need to reroute the external sensors to keep moving. You'll need to convince the station computer that you aren't there and override the shutdown in the maintenance posts. There should be an external maintenance hatch near the processor on the level below you to the left. So he's kind of guiding us around at the moment. Now this bit's a bit annoying. Because what we have to do is slowly clump.
Kurland here, come in.
There's Kurland again, still here. The sensor nodes will route through various subprocessors. You need to align the correct subprocessors, check processor nodes, and find out the correct order. So what I've basically got is I've got this thing, which has... This is your external sensor thing, and I've got to set filters in this thing. So what I've actually got to do is very slowly, because there isn't a sensor tower, walk around to these different sensor processing stations. You can see why they put in those sensor posts, because can you imagine how long this mission would take if you were stuck at this speed the whole way? So what we've got to try and remember here is sensor power is at number 2 and sensor flow is at number 4. So that's power at 2, flow at 4. Say it with me everyone. Power at 2, flow at 4. Now we're checking this again and hopefully not getting confused. Filters at 1, EM at 1. So power at 2, flow at 4, everything else at 1. Power at 2, flow at 4, everything else at 1. I don't know if this randomizes power at 2, flow at 4, everything else at 1. Because, you know, that would be really useful. Power at 2, flow at 4, everything else at 1. And that way I don't have to keep repeating myself. So let's now try this power at 2, flow at 4, everything else at 1. So power at 2, flow at 4, filters at 1, EM at 1.
Kurland here.
So he said, great, now back along the crossover, watch out for electrical discharges. Phew. Didn't want to have to walk back and look at those. To be honest, I'd have probably just tried it randomly and hoped there were no consequences. look how much faster we're moving around this station. What I meant by watch for those is obviously the station's been through a bit of a thing recently, so we do have to, if I just went straight, I'd go through that crackling green. Now I don't know if it's bad for me, and I don't think it's worth finding out, so what I'm going to do is walk around this thing, and hopefully that should have me. Now, you might wonder why I'm clicking rather than tabbing. Oop, something's happening. Klingons are showing up. Got over enthusiastic.
Kurland here.
Kurland's here. So we'll need to head around the wreckage and the plasma jet to get to the crossover. So to leap onto that area to the right and look around the ship. But we don't know if it's going to leak radiation or explode. Yep, there it is. Again, a lovely touch in the set there. That we've actually got kind of this crashed Klingon bird of prey, or the remains of it, kind of sitting here. Again, there's a reason why I like this mission. Why, frankly, I think all it really needs is a couple of slight modifications to the play. You know, the
Kurland here.
oh, he's got a critical jump now, so we've got to jump away.
Come in. Are you there? Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. Hopefully. Yeah, look, see, fine.
This is Kurland.
He's saying, can you hear me? Your suit readings are telling me you're still alive. Come in. I'm here. My suit thrusters have stabilised me. I'm in, I wouldn't say no danger actually, I'd say I'm, you know, in less danger. So he said, that's relief. All you need to do is jump back down to the station and finish crossing. You're halfway there. Watch out for damage. The Jem'Hadar aren't too concerned with scratches and leaks. It's true, they don't look it. But yes, as I said.
Kurland here.
Yes, Kurland, okay. Just make it across the power junctions and you're there. Assuming the crash didn't damage the junctions, that is. Yep, so we're going to go down that central path. Yeah, so like I said, maybe a couple of graphical tweaks and take away just some of the puzzles, just make things like that asteroid mission, the one where we go to the Gamma Quadrant, a bit less of a slog. And actually, this is, in my view, a pretty solid set of missions. I don't think these ones need that much changing. I'm actually kind of annoyed that they're... To be honest, with all these ones, I don't think there's any real reason to take them out of the general mission journal. I know they're old. I know they're potentially too busy to trying to make new stuff for it than to rejig old stuff. Uh-oh. Someone's taking a look around looking for survivors. Probably wise with the Klingons.
Kurland here.
Yeah, so he's here. There's a Jem'Hadar heading out ship anyway to check out the damage. If you head over to the overhang on the right side, you can tap into the computer control. You'll be able to find your way to hide yourself and check the ship's sensors. So I've got to... I think I can... See, I don't actually have to go down there at all. I can just leap the gap. Yeah, why I'm not tabbing. Sometimes they do, sometimes your tab targeting will... well, you might have seen it in some of the combat, it's a bit unreliable. So here's the puzzle here, so we've got to make sure that they're blue, green and white. So what I've got to do is rotate... Yep, so it has to be blue, green and white, so I've got to rotate row 1 right, rotate column 1 down. That's blue, green and white at the bottom. Now, there we go. Now, surely this would bring more attention that the weapon system suddenly start firing. Surely you'd be looking and saying, well, something is up. But no, he says no taking any more risks. Continue down the side of the crossover until you reach the end. Well, that got it blown up at least. Yeah, I thought surely they'd say, well, that's weird, all the weapons on the station where they're running started firing, but apparently we've given up on stealth. I think that one's out of range. Yep, we've got to go here first. And then here.
This is Kurland.
Yep, try to get up. I'd already thought of that, James. He says reorientate. Well, it's okay, because I've got these convenient things. It's all gone quiet. I've gone away from anything making a noise. Oh, it is then a good way to see all this wreckage. What I actually wish they had thrown in is a breathing sound. I think it would have just given that, you know, like your scenes in things like 2001, put in the sound of your character breathing. Because I think that would have really added some atmosphere to this if you had, to an extent, silence and just the sound of, you know, breathing. So the next bit is, as a railwayman, a phrase people keep repeating to me. Mind the gap, because we've got to get from here all the way up to the central core. We're doing that just by drifting. I do like that, giving you a nice sense of the scale.
Kurland here. Come in.
Yeah, hi Kurland, still here? As I suspected, Kurland's raided security field around ops. There's no good way in from the outside. You'll need to slip into the promenade and make your way to the ops from the interior. Well, nothing's ever easy, is it? Now, interestingly, the suit used to be, and there are still space suits you can get, you might see, I've got a suit equipped. Originally it was something you had to swap your armour with, and they actually changed that. You might have seen it in the TOS one. That's me, reset the power system so I can get in. They still have it as an item, you can get better suits. If I was to get into combat in this suit, it's not particularly good, but I think they did a lot better, that it now just reacts to you being in a hazardous environment. The downside is, occasionally it means your suit will switch on randomly. You might have seen that in the Alachi ships, I can't remember if we saw that when we did those earlier missions. Now, Kurland's still here, but he's not at his line. He said now he made it inside, you need to cross the habitat ring and reach the turbo lift to ops. Cross the exchange to reach the habitat ring, stay low and watch out for Jim Hadar. Fleet will reach the station soon and you'll need to reach Kurland quickly. Use the station, use traps, sneak, fight, keep an eye out for opportunities that will help you get past the troop. And it still says remember to equip your armour there, but obviously we don't. So, hey wait a minute, there's a Jim Hadar guy.
Enemy targets on sensor. Personal shield losing power.
There's a few of them. Stop going invisible.
Personal shield losing power.
So, yeah, we've got two. Now doing a little bit of pew pew. Fortunately, no one sets off alarms here. You'll be pleased to know. And that Jim Hadar was apparently carrying a banana split. Bloody hell, there were three of them.
Flanking damage detected.
I'll quickly pick up some geranium workers, why not? People are just going to leave it lying around. Dun, 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 dun. So, Kurland's there. He's saying turn left and head around the promenade towards Ops, basically. Don't try to go this way. Smacking a few on the base, they do seem to like closing. Going Garrigan Ross, always be closing. Now there are ways, the idea of this is that you could just run and gun your way through. If I remember, if I go here, no, I don't want to take turbo lift to the upper level yet. Oh, I've been spotted. Or they've just gone invisible, annoyingly. Sadly, I can't remember the button for first person. Like, never mind.
Personal shield losing power.
Like I say, you could just run and gun your way through this. But I think it's more fun to actually try the things that they put in. Oop. And yeah, get more zapping of the Gem Hadar. I'm probably not going to bother with that trionium gas. So wandering around here. Now, they've gone invisible again, which probably means they've spotted me. Fortunately, I have an ability I can use. Which, again, it's something anyone could use, but the fact that I kind of gave her these robotic kind of covers in her eyes does make her look like she's using the optics that she's got, which I quite like. So what I can do is I can send an overload pulse through the environmental system, and what this does blows stuff up around these guys, so that deals with them. Does however mean I've got to run through fire, but easier than having another battle. Ah, there's a thing in here. So I'm going to search these crates. Bit of a server lag there. So construction and mining explosives may be useful for later. Maybe. Oh, and I've made it all the way around. So now I'm going to go up to the upper level. Oh, it's locked. So I need to head to the upper level. So I'm going to go straight to ops there. Let's try upper level here.
Personal shield losing power.
There's that demolitionist using the Houdini mines as seen in Siege of AR-558. Watch, what I can do here, you see I could just go and fight all these, but I can cycle the force field and they all become astronauts on some kind of Star Trek. So you exploited all the optional resources, a little achievement for that. And that's why you do these things, for the little bit of recognition that gives. Is he going to draw his pole arm? Yes, he is. Right, that's me dealt with all of them. Now I can take a turbo lift to ops.
As soon
What
as
I've
the
actually
lift
done-
arrives, fire!
What have I done? I've just put those explosives there. So again, you don't need to use those, but then it means that I'm only dealing with Kurland once I'm up here. And there he is. You know what? I'm bringing my security escort. Bring my boys. Oh, and the gem had arse arrived. He's chickened out.
Your ships may be arriving, but you must still face my warriors in cold space. We shall settle this among the stars.
Oh, I just want to do more. So here's Tova and Kev. We've arrived at the rest of the fleet, but Kurland and ships are moving to engage us. Ready to beam me up though? Just say the word and we'll push through the enemy to transport you aboard. Yeah, I'd like out here. I'll leave some security guards to mind the station. I don't know, maybe. So this big space battle that we wanted to avoid is completely failed to. Probably not for the best. So Jim and our main vehicles along the range section which are from their picket positions. See, I kind of wish there was his ship that could fight, but instead it is just, you know, down to one big space battle, which again was the fashion of the time. You will all probably die a lot. That move, see when you actually get it, so Kurland's there saying there's too many of them, which is probably true. Again, they said they're coming out with a fleet we came in to fight. Oh, another ship. It's the Enterprise.
Looks like I'm following your lead again. Take the point, Captain. The Enterprise is here to back you up.
Captain. Now, this was actually, in the original game, the introduction of the Enterprise F in the game. And so that's why it's kind of that big moment. And actually what you should do is leave the battleships alone, particularly delicate with the legs, but just go for it, something like hotel maybe. We'll give you the time to scan the hydrogen gas. Go for the attack ships and heavy escorts, kind of almost knock them out as much as you can. Yeah, that tractor beam move it uses. You can actually get it on some ships, and it is, as always, not as powerful when you get it. So yes, I've never liked this ship, and in this particular one we do end up popping an awful lot. It says just sadly I was a bit ruined to get through this big battle. Thinning out the herds. Because one of the other things is the more ships you thin out in missions like this, the more the NPCs will target the big ships. And so they'll draw fire from you. Part of the problem is when you sometimes go for, you know, you've got that big Enterprise sitting there and the cruisers and everyone's focusing on you. So it's a number sometimes. So the battleships and dreadnoughts can come up. Hang-ons are here. yes, I'm sure some of you will think, God, that's a bad word for my ship. That's not. This channel is never going to tell you how to do these ship kills. I'm terrible at it. The ire of the dreadnought there. Yes. I think, right, we've got a couple of battleships and a couple of dreadnoughts. Heavy escort now. You see, yeah, if they'd said something like if you just attacked the dreadnought at all and reduce the, slow down the, speed up the battle, I think that would be something worthwhile, but as it is, it's just kill everything. There's a Prometheus class split into its component parts. But there we go, we have done it. So there's Kurland, he's here. Well, that was quite a fireball. I'm distressed that it had to come to this. I wanted a peaceful solution. Nevertheless, we've broken Kurakan's powers and the rest of the Jem'Hadar should fall into line under Loris's command now. I'm transporting back to DS9 to take a look at the old girl and see what they've done to her. Please join me there. So, I'm going to talk to Stas as well, see what he says. Oh, he doesn't know anything. So I think first I will actually go and do the healing. Just got a couple of things. Oh, that's right. Sadly it's a communal area. So... yeah.
How can I help you?
Ah, there we go. So, we don't want to talk to Adina Charles, but we will heal the Dominion first.
I'm picking up your signal clearly. The Dominion repeaters on this side of the wormhole are functioning normally. The Founder is well and will rejoin the Great Link soon. She offers her gratitude for your assistance. I don't know what the future will hold for me, but at least I have a future now. It is disconcerting to lose decades of time, but the Founders are wise. I am sure they will find a new place for me. I'm not sure how to say this, so I'll simply say thank you. This series of events was entirely unexpected, but we survived. Not only that, but we're home now. All this is thanks in no small part to your efforts. If we meet again, I will not forget.
That's nice. Thank you, Loris.
Oh, and Wei Yun says hello. Actually, he's still sulking. But it's more amusing for me if I tell him that I expressed warm gratitude and fawning sycophancy on his behalf.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
That's quite fun. Do that. Right, let's talk to the Enterprise.
I've been offered a great opportunity. Commanding the Enterprise is an honor, one I never thought would be mine. Still, the Belfast was a good ship, and she will be missed. I won't forget your part in saving her crew. Many of them will be joining me on the Enterprise. I am forever in your debt. I'm not much for goodbyes, and the Enterprise will likely be at the frontier of Federation space. There's no telling when we'll meet again. I'm sure we will, though.
Yeah, I don't like that bit as well. And finally, we will talk to... Oh, Sarah Shmina.
How can I help you?
No. Oh, because Kurland is here. So Kurland is saying, we're finally back on DS9, it's thanks to you. Admiral, I'm honoured that you chose to assist us. You acted with bravery and forthrightness, and I respect all that you've done to uphold the greatest traditions of the warriors of your empire. We've come full circle now, everyone can go home, and I hope this will be the start of greater cooperation between the Federation and the Empire. Already start making excuses once they tie the missions together about why both are working. We were allies once, it could happen again. Until then, I know there will be more glory and battle in your future. Still, you and your crew are always welcome in DS9. I'll ask Hadron to keep a barrel of blood wine and quarks for you. I'm not keen on it being Riemann. After all we've been through, I would ask the prophets to watch over you, but there's an old saying about having the attention of those in high places. Well, kapla, Kurland. And that's us completed the mission. There's Commander Messiah Shebe coming back. Deep Space Nine belongs to the Federation, and Loris and Wayon and the remaining gem, Hadar, have departed from Dominion space. The Dominion will think twice about any future military engagements in the Alpha Quadrant. While it is regrettable that you had to fight Kurland Here, your daring assault on Deep Space Nine sapped his strength and gave the fleet the time they needed. I commend you for your bravery and decisive action. It's been an honour to serve with you, and perhaps we'll work together again. And I get to pick up a thing. So, that's the end of the Deep Space Nine arc, and I really like it. I just think it's got a couple of, like I say, the mission to the Gamma Quadrant could do with a lot of refurbishment just to take away some slightly odd and repetitive tasks. But I think for the most part, it does a lot. You do some different things. There's still the standard shoot stuff on the ground, shoot stuff in space parts, but I think it told quite a fun story, nice tie-in to what happened to that fleet in Sacrifice of Angels. And overall, just a good story. When I first played this, it kind of ran at the end of another Deep Space Nine arc, sort of the pre-refurbished one from from the kind of lost Cardassian arc, and yeah, it was quite interesting to you know, and it kind of almost felt like the end of the main game and going on to like extra content. But yeah, overall, quite enjoyed. So yeah, I do think it's why I actually think all the side quests are worth a look. But yeah, I think it would be nice to keep these in the game. I'd actually prefer that to still be in. It does actually get slightly referenced in other missions as well. So I think it is a bit of a shame that they just unceremoniously, well, didn't dump it, but they took it out of the main running. So that's us finished this Deep Space Nine arc. We will be returning to basically the main story now, you know, in the next video. So you've got that to look forward to. Basically finding out what happened after Romulus, after what's happened with that gateway we left in New Romulus. So plenty of interesting stuff to be looking at. So what I will say for the moment is thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed me going through this little extra side quest, and I would thoroughly recommend if you're playing Star Trek Online you go through it as well. Naturally there's lots of other Star Trek Online on the channel, the full game up to this point. The other side quests will all be played through. That's the Spectres one, which I think is currently on the channel, and there is a Defiri arc, which you'll be seeing the return of Mittens for, so you've got that to look forward to. Drakhara, meanwhile, is going off to, like I say, carry on, find out what happened with that gateway, and I hope you will join me for that when it comes. As always, if you want to see this, please like and subscribe. It helps me with the old algorithm, the esoteric, weird eldritch god that we all have to appease in YouTube land, apparently. And yes, I hope you join me again for the next one. Once again, like and subscribe. If you want to talk to me, comments are the best place, but I am also on Blue Sky at Pyman70 at Blue Sky, and I am still on Mastodon, although I don't look at it much, so I do apologise if I don't get back to you much on that, but at mastodon.com, .social rather, for Mastodon, it's still Pyman70. Best place that I will definitely see is the comments here though, and do please talk to me. It's always nice to hear some feedback on the videos. So that's really it. All that remains to say is thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you join me for the next one, but until then, bye for now.